Okay, so let's get cracking. This workout is going to be my not so favorite ones. It's basically a lower body workout, and as you can probably see, I'm situated in one of the best bodybuilding gyms in Dubai, the Dungeon Gym, which is situated in Maktoum or Al Garul. I don't know, but it's a hardcore facility, and in the mornings it's pretty much empty. So yeah, I mean, let's get started. I usually start off with what do I start off with? Yes, I usually start off with calf presses, and I like to roll my pant sleeves up so that I can see my calves contract because it psychologically helps me. And I basically use this particular machine right there because it's got that slight curving like pad that suits really well on the ball of the feet. And I do basically like one of my high rep days. I usually do like 4 sets, 20, 15, 12, 10, basically. And I take like a nice 1 or 2 second pause at the bottom. And yeah, it's as simple as this. So on the first set, I do like 20 reps, but as you can probably see, I got 16 reps. So this is like just my first week of trying and testing, you know, and I accordingly scale it up from there. That basically is it. And then I move on to a set of seated leg curls. Now, as you can notice that I've done 4 sets, but I haven't really filmed all of the 4 sets. I have filmed two of them, the first set and the last set. The first set and the second set, basically. But that's not really the point. I usually do 4 sets of anywhere between 6 to 12 repetitions because I personally feel high reps on my hamstrings don't really suit me. And when I do any sort of seated leg curl, I like to lean forward and excuse the scruffy attire, by the way, but I usually like to train when I feel comfortable in the attire that I'm wearing. And yeah, as you can probably see, if when I lean forward, I actually stretch more on my hamstrings, and that causes like more muscular damage. I'm pretty explosive on the way down, and I am slow on the way up. Try to take like a nice 1 second pause at the bottom, but I don't stretch. I don't stress that much on it basically. Last week I did 8 reps, and this week I got something like 9 reps over here. So yeah, and I still log all my weights and reps, and my reps are fairly consistent. So yeah, now generic social media advice might probably tell you that you got to take a pause at the bottom, but even if you don't take a pause at the bottom, but if you keep your rep style consistent and if you see your weights and reps go up over a period of time, you will put on muscle. This is me doing my last set. I get in 8 reps right here. Technique is fairly consistent. I lean forward. I hold onto the metal wedge. Doing the naked feet, I don't know, it gave me far more stability and I could actually feel a better contraction. And that basically is it. Why do I like to do hamstrings before my main bulk of my leg workout? Well, hamstrings actually help me stabilize myself when I probably do any sort of squats, any sort of quadricep movements like leg presses, leg extensions, split squats, etc. Because that's at the back of your quadriceps. So yeah, that's me wearing my slippers. So yeah, and from there I move on to 2 sets of 10 to 12 reps on the hack squat. Now I try to go all the way down on this one, but due to my height, I wish I was due to my height, and due to the setup of the Cybex machine, I can't go as deep as possible, but I do max out the range on this particular machine. Before I start the particular exercise, I check on my previous weights and reps. So last week I did 60 kilos at 9 reps. So this week on the first set, I'm aiming for 60 kilos for 10 reps. Before I started off the set, I did 1 or 2 warm up sets. And I don't overthink this moment. I go all the way down, but I don't really take like an elongated pause in the lengthened position. I just go all the way down, but I don't bang it. I just touch it and boom, that's it. So it's like a continuous tension set. I do lock my knees up. As you can probably see, my reps are fairly consistent. The quality is consistent. I'm driving through my heels. My heels are not coming off. My heels are pointing outwards when I go down. My hips are pushed inside the plateau. So when I go down, I think about pushing my lower back and my hips in the bench. And that basically is it. I usually don't like to train for failure. It's not because it's like me being a bit of a pussy, but it's like, how do I say this? I'd rather leave like one or two reps in reserve and space out my progression for weeks on end and train within that 85 to 90% range than think like, oh, I got to be training for anywhere between 100 to 110% and fuck myself up and not go to the gym for the next few weeks because I feel too wrecked. And also, my work stress is quite high and I want to manage my sleep properly and all of that as well. So, yeah, this is my second set. I did 8 reps last time, but this time I get 9 reps. You know, as you can probably see, the logbook is right beside me. And yeah, rep quality is still fairly consistent. 2 to 3 seconds on the way down, 1 second on the way up. More like 3 seconds on the way down, 1 second on the way up. That was a bit fast. I should have noted that. This is fairly decent. But for someone like me, my quadriceps are my strong point. So I don't need much to grow them. I basically get by training quads something like 7 sets per week. That's all I need. I don't even do any single leg extensions. It's all hack squats, pendulum squats, leg press. And that basically is it. Now after this, I rest for really long, anywhere between 5 to 6 minutes, and I do a cluster set. What is a cluster set? It's like a lot of mini sets with a few reps combined in one big set. So it's like 6 sets of 4 repetitions with like 10 seconds rest in the middle. Yeah. So last time I got like 4, 4, 4, 3, 2, 2 up 85 kilos. So this time I got like 4, 4, 4, 4, 3, 2. Yeah. So you want to fill out those reps basically. You don't have to hit. You just want to hit those numbers over a period of time. As you can probably see, this leg press machine allowed me to go all the way down. Reps are fairly consistent. And like while I'm resting between reps, I rest for 10 seconds. That's when I catch my breath. And yeah, then I get back inside the set. Cluster sets actually help you go like, okay, just training till failure, just 2 more reps, just 1 more rep, and boom, that's it. Right when you're almost about to die, you just pull back. It's like jumping right at the edge of the cliff, almost about to jump, but then not jumping and then pulling back, you know, until you finally jump. That's sort of a metaphor that I possibly can give you. So when you train within those 1 to 3 reps in reserves, that's where most of the growth happens. So that's my second set from the big cluster set. As you can probably see, the orange fluid that I'm drinking on is fast digesting carbohydrates. I like to fuel my muscles with proper nutrients, and that's the third set. So technique is still fairly consistent. It is one thing that I can tell people when it comes to performing any sort of leg press is first of all keep the seat of the bench all the way back because that's going to help you get more range of motion and try to place your feet as low as possible without your heels coming off when you actually get the weight down basically. And use the handles to pull your ass on the bench. That was fairly decent. 2 more sets left from what I presume. I predict that I'm going to get 3 reps here in the set. Those are some celebrity bodybuilders at the background. This is the last set from the cluster set. As you can see, probably by now, I was pretty wrecked. Really, really wrecked, basically. Why do I actually drink that orange liquid? Those are like fast digesting carbohydrates. It's like while I'm damaging my muscles, basically, I repair it then and there on the spot, and the muscle retention has been shown to be higher. And while you're on a diet, yeah, this was like one rep in reserve, basically. I was pretty dead by now. Now, I like to end the workout with two sets of cable stiff like a deadlift. I train them anywhere between the 10 to 15 rep range. As you can probably see, looking at my mechanics, I'm more uh, squatter rather than a hinger. I'm not too asked that about keeping my spine way too arched. You just want to keep it neutral. Yeah. And on the way up, you want to think that you're driving through your hips. You use this, you're going to feel your hamstrings and your glutes on the way down. It's a pretty good moment. Like the stimulus is pretty high, but fatigue profile is really low. And yeah, this was my last set, and that basically is it. That basically is it. People, if you found this useful, feel free to like, share, subscribe, and yeah, view my Instagram for more. Thank you.